It's a beautiful day today, so instead of dealing with that thing, we're gonna play with this thing instead. RC390. I'm gonna gas this guy up and try and find some back roads that don't have any people on them. It is already warm. It's not even 11 o'clock. This is the first time this year I've gone for a ride on a warm day. I'm actually sweating a little bit in my gear. Is it May 9th today, I think? It's pretty good. Sunny and warm, which is great for being on the street, but doesn't bode so well for the dirt biking this year. Probably means things are going to get pretty dry in the woods and we're not going to be allowed to ride very soon. Which I guess means I should be taking advantage of this opportunity and getting out to the woods while I still can. But it's a weekend and I know there are going to be a lot of people out in the riding spots right now, and I'm still trying to avoid crowds. So I don't feel like going dirt biking with a bunch of people right now. But I also like avoiding people on the road too, so hopefully I can find some back roads around here that don't have much traffic. That would be ideal. It would be nice if I was working, because then I could have insurance on more than just this one bike. Everything else has expired, so this is the only thing I can ride on the road right now. And there's no supermoto riding or racing, and I haven't ridden my supermoto since the last supermoto session last year, which is terrible. It's got some kind of a wiring issue with the lights, so I can't really do much with it right now. I gotta figure it out. I gotta actually take the time to get my headlight and brake light working properly again. I put insurance on it last year and got 2 rides in before the lights stopped working, and I didn't have time to figure out the problem, and I was going to the track with the bike all the time anyway, so it wasn't much of a concern that I couldn't ride it on the road. It was pretty frustrating that I spent money on insurance and couldn't ride it, but I was still getting to ride. And that thing is just a whole heap of trouble on the road anyway. It's a lot of fun, but it's difficult to behave properly with that bike. But I miss it. I need to ride it some more. I gotta sort out my light situation, get some street legal rubber on it instead of the slicks, and get it on the road again. Who knows if there's even going to be much of a supermoto season this year. And the track we use is up for sale and will probably become apartment buildings, so there's a very good chance that this is it for supermoto for me. It was already sad that this was probably going to be the last year of supermoto before it turned out that there wasn't going to be much of a year of supermoto. So yeah, I definitely need to get that bike sorted so that I can ride it on the road, because that looks like it's probably going to be the only place I can ride it soon. It's definitely the only place I can ride it right now. Well, I mean, other than the woods, it is a dual sport, so I could use it as a dirt bike again, but the 500 is pretty big for the woods around here, and it's a 2014, so it's actually quite heavy compared to the new 500s as well. It's, I think, 255 pounds, whereas the new ones are somewhere around the 235 mark, I believe. But at the same time, I'm not interested in investing in a new bike once I've gotten that one dialed in at great time and expense to myself here. So at least it is a dual sport, and once I sort out the lights, I can ride it on the road. So I'm just going to try and find some roads I don't know that are hopefully not busy. I'll try this one. Kind of bumpy, not that this camera will show it since it is chock full of stabilization. With it getting warm, all these tar snakes are going to start to be an issue again, all the sealant lines on the road. It's kind of strange how in this area they tend to do the sealant with a little bit of a ridge on it, like they leave it protruding on top of the road a bit. Go right here. And it seems like that rubbery compound tends to suck in your tires, like you feel like you're getting stuck on it, and if it wiggles, you'll end up just sort of basically following the line of the sealant. And it feels like it's sticky and it's grabbing your tires, which is kind of odd. It feels strange. But it's also weird because most places it feels slippery, not sticky. And I'm sure there's just going to be a whole pile of new sealant going up everywhere any day now, since we are getting into the warm weather here. Key thing to remember with that stuff, even though it can be pretty sketchy when you're hitting it while you're leaned over in the middle of a turn, is it's small. It's not that big a deal. If it grabs your tire or if your tire slides a little bit, it's not going to go far. The important thing is just to relax and look where you want to go, and you'll be fine. Your bike might wiggle a little bit, but unless you're trying to scrape peg on the ground anyway, it shouldn't really upset the bike enough for it to matter much. So just look where you want to go and relax, just like all the other times you're riding. Well, there's probably going to be some gravel in these turns, and there's definitely going to be a lot of bumps, so I'm just going to take it easy. I don't really know this road at all. I've gone down it a few times, but it's not a road that I know. Probably going to be doing a lot of late apexes just because I'm not sure what's ahead of me. So staying to the outside of the turn a little longer than normal. and getting a good look at what's ahead before committing to it. Getting a look at the road surface, checking for gravel, picking my line, considering the bumps and cracks and things. Ah, it's beautiful out today. Now that I'm moving, I'm not feeling too warm. Some nice trails in there if you're the type of person who likes to walk. I'm not. I would much rather find trails where I can ride. I suppose you can probably ride a bicycle in there, but what fun is that? This is actually quite nice. There's hardly been anyone on the road at all. Gravel, broken pavement, really bumpy here. Weight on the pegs to deal with the bumps and keeps the bike tracking smooth. Oh, that was interesting. Well, let's not go down the gravel road on this bike. I guess I have to go back to civilization. Had a little tiny bit of hesitation in those brakes. I don't know if there was a dip in the road I didn't notice or feel, or if maybe the road was dirty in that one tiny little bit when I was braking there, but the brakes definitely... Ooh, there's a lot of gravel. The brakes definitely weren't braking just for a tiny fraction of a second. Still, it's enough to make a person feel a little uneasy. And if you look on the left up ahead, you will see the Vancouver Island Motorsport Circuit. I had talked to them a little bit in January about putting together a course for their property. I unfortunately didn't quite have enough time to organize things properly, and so that didn't happen. And then everything got shut down. So there's still a chance I could make something work in the future, but unfortunately all of that got put on hold. I am signed up to do one track day there this year though, so look for that video in the future. I can't even remember when the track day is. All the dates of everything have become a blur to me, but yeah, I've paid. The track day is supposed to happen. Yeah, hopefully everything goes awesome and I get to ride this bike and my supermoto out there and get some cool video of me chasing people and people passing me and just sort of what the day there is like. So that's going to happen sometime in the future, so watch for that. And maybe I will be able to put together a package a training package there too. But right now, obviously, we're just all waiting until life goes back to normal. There sure is a lot of really good riding just outside my door. It's been a really long time since I've gone out and ridden on the street just for fun. It's always trying to get somewhere for something, or trying specifically to make a video about something. Today I decided just to get out and ride, and I figured I'd bring the camera and the microphone just in case I felt like turning it into a video. But if it doesn't work out, it's not going to upset me. I'm just happy to be riding right now. Okay, I know what road this is. I genuinely didn't know where I was going to end up. My theory here is basically I'm on an island, so it doesn't really matter where I go. Whatever road I take, it will either take me to the ocean eventually or to a highway that I do know. So I don't need to know where I'm going, where a road's gonna lead, to be able to just blindly take it and enjoy the ride, because you can't get too lost. Well, that was weird. I don't know if you saw it, but my speedometer said I was going 2 kilometers an hour when I was clearly going more than that. And then it quickly climbed up to what seems to be my actual speed. That's a little odd. This is always nice. It's always nice to sit on the patio of this pub and just look out at the water, have a pint. Maybe we'll be able to do that again soon. Deer. That deer back there illustrates an important lesson. You should never go faster than what you can see. So even if you know a road really well, and you know what turns are up ahead, and you know what line to take to make it through the turn as fast as possible, you should still be able... You still shouldn't ride so fast that you can't get stopped when you see something, or at least swerve. So you want, if you're counting your line of sight and how closely you're catching up to something, like say if you've got a rock on the side of the road, as soon as you can see that rock, you start counting the seconds until you are beside it as you're going around a curve. You want at least 4 seconds there. Otherwise, you won't have time to react if there is something like a deer in your way. Let's see what these people are doing. So, on public roads where we have things like other vehicles, vehicles coming the other way, wild animals and people. And I don't mean wild people, just people in general, although there could be wild people. You don't want to be going so fast that you can't react to those things just because you can physically go that fast. And that was a very easy turn, but the rock face was blocking my view and I had no idea what was going to be on the other side. A little gravel there, a little slide. So they were saying that personal services like barbers and salons are going to be able to open mid-May with some sort of new protocol in place. I hope that means that tattooing is going to be able to start up again soon. I would like to be doing and getting tattoos again. Well, this has been a fun ride. Feeling like my battery has been recharged, but I'm also feeling like it's time to go home and drink some coffee. Well, that was fun. How's my beard look? Is it awesome? I bet it is.